Hi, this is Lori from Shoo Shoo Paper Art, and we're going to make this adorable rocking horse little treat holder today. This is really easy to make and it's super cute. You could make it for all different kinds of things just by changing the paper and what you put around its neck for decoration. So this will be really useful for you, I think. The first thing you're going to want to do is to print and cut out the pattern pieces. And there's two, the horse itself, and then this strange looking thing will be the bottom piece. When you get these, decide what kind of paper you want to use, and you're going to need two rocking horses, one going left and one going right. So when you use your pattern, you'll need to turn it over and trace it to get the other direction. And you will need one of the bottoms. Now, if you want to do different color rockers, you'll also need to do those. And I did that by just tracing the rocker portion onto some red construction paper. And you'll also want to make sure you do those one direction and then turn it over and do one the other direction so that they'll match the rockers for each one. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is going to go ahead and glue those rockers on to the bottom of each one. Once that's done, you're going to place them together so that the sides you want are out. And go ahead and, using a stapler, go ahead and put a staple right in the middle of the back, just right at the top of the back. Now we're ready to put in the little inside rocker bottom portion. Okay, it looks like this, and it's going to need just a tiny bit of work. So let's use something to score with. These four are going to be the tabs, so let's just score right underneath those to make those first. Do the same thing on the other side. And then going the other direction, go ahead and lay the ruler alongside the end of each tab and go ahead and give that a score as well. It'll help it fit in and curve easier. Okay. So once you've done those scores, you're ready to let's see, this is going to go this way, I think. Yeah, just bend up from the score to the end. Just bend it up a little bit. That will also make it a little easier. Okay, when you cut out your little bottom portion here, you'll see that these lines extend down into the curves. Those little lines need to be cut. You need to make slits on all four of those corners. Okay, so you can see right here that that's slit. Okay, now go ahead and fold in those tabs. Okay, and kind of curve it up a little bit. And go ahead and kind of fold there on those scores as well. Looks like this. Okay, it's going to fit inside, and these little rounded pieces are actually going to fit on top of the rockers. So this is going to go, don't worry about those tabs yet, just kind of keep them folded to the inside. Go ahead and hold this open and hook those little slits right on top of the rocker. Okay, the back's done. And now we'll go ahead and come around to the front. We're going to do the exact same thing. Okay, once those are hooked, front and back, then you're ready just to kind of turn this over and you'll see where those tabs are. Let's see, can you see that in the camera right there? Okay, you're going to put glue on both sides, the exact same spot, and hold it down so that the sides will be glued to the rockers. Now I'm going to do the other side, and one tip that I might have is that you really don't want the bottom to sag down below the rockers. So make sure when you glue those tabs that this bottom portion is up inside of the rockers and not hanging down too far. See, it's already rocking and ready to go. All right, right here on the nose, the head, let's go ahead and put a little bit of glue in there and seal that up. Yeah, normally don't need to put any on the tail. All right, this is totally adorable. This design is based on a vintage nut cup. So I really, really like its shape, and I think it's adorable. Okay, I wanted mine to look a tiny bit aged, and so I used some vintage photo distress ink along with just a little pad, and just kind of rub some on the edges and along the rockers. And I just did that on both sides all the way around to make it look a little bit aged. We can look at this one that's finished. Okay, and you can probably see it in comparison to the one that's not been aged. It's not something you would have to do, but I just wanted it to look that way. Okay, and then he's been decorated with some red ribbon and a little snowflake. And he's carrying a little bit of a few kisses. And you can see that this bag, I have just tied it with twine and I slipped it in the back. You could do it also in the front, but I kind of liked it just to show a little bit of the kisses and this to be, the cellophane to be in the back. It doesn't hold a whole lot, but it definitely holds enough to make it worthwhile. So that is the rocking horse treat holder, and I hope you find a reason to use it. It would be great for a birthday, a Valentine, a baby shower. There's all kinds of things I think this could be used for. So have fun with it, and thank you for joining me. You can find me at shushupaperart.com.